Hey, Ralph William, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Jesus, you guys don't age, man. Oh my God. Share the secret, please.
Good,
Uh,
good doctors. Good doctor.
right.
Cobra Kai ready for season 4. Congrats.
Thank you very much.
And true story. I went to a dojo when I was a little boy because I wanted to be like the Karate Kid. I wanted to do the crane kick and all that. And well, it turned out it wasn't my thing, but thank you for being my motivation back then. I made it to orange belt. Not so good, but also not so bad, right?
That's okay.
Let's go back a little bit before 2018. Did you guys ever thought you would be playing these characters again?
I mean, we discussed it. I didn't, not at this level, certainly not at what has happened with the journey through Cobra Kai from season one through today. It's been above and beyond any kind of expectations. Billy and I had spoken about it a few times. He was always the catalyst. He was always the inspiration to say maybe we could figure out a way with these guys, but we never quite did beyond discussion because you really kind of needed an outside perspective to find it, and we got that in the brilliant Josh, and Hayden who create the Cobra Kai series.
William, I heard that you had something to do with a fun music video that you did years ago.
Yeah, that it was in 2008, I think it was, and a band came to me with the music, a song called "Sweep the Leg," and asked me to be in it. And I said, "Well, let me direct it," and put it together. And it turned out to be really fun. That was the first time that I ever, after all the Karate Kid days, that I kind of leaned back into the character a little bit. It was a little bit of a risk because it was a comedy type thing. Ralph came in, all the old Cobra Kais came in, but it came out with a big bam, and it was received so well. And it was the first time that I realized what an audience we had out there, and how there was Cobra Kai knitting clubs and volleyball court clubs and just Cobra Kai everywhere and Karate Kid everywhere. And it was the first time I really opened my eyes to see that we had such a fan base out there, and it was so fun. But in that video, which you can see online, it's "Sweep the Leg" by No More Kings. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. And then after that, I was trying to think of maybe there's a way to do a long form in this. I never personally imagined that I would ever play Johnny Lawrence again. I didn't think that would be possible. I would think of maybe an imaginary way of me, the actor who played Johnny Lawrence, and do something with that in some way. But the guys came with this pitch and had all the rights to the characters, and had Sony on board and all the people that needed to sign off, which brought this to a whole nother place, a whole nother level. And then we stepped into it toe by toe and carefully, because we're very protective of these characters and the franchise. And these guys are mensches. They're huge fans. They're super talented, and just felt right. It was the right timing and everything. So went forward, and now we have the show, and season 4 coming out shortly.
With this series, Cobra Kai, you are now guiding a new generation of kids. And you have a great cast of young actors that weren't even born yet when the Karate Kid existed. As a young actor, you can say, okay, this is a series based on these two characters. I need to learn from them. But what have you learned from those kids in the process, Ralph?
That's a great question. They've been an inspiration to us every day on set. They really, what's beautiful about all these young actors is that they don't take for granted that this franchise and this story and this world is that they're bigger than it. They all genuinely realize that they are the chosen ones to be part of this. And in this day and age, you don't see that very often. The generation of today, often it feels very entitled, or like it should become their way. And every one of them really cares, works very, very hard. None of them are martial artists. And by the time you get to the end of season 4, your mouth drops with how great that they all are, with the amount of work they put in. And they show such respect for William and myself, but also we show they warrant the respect because of the amount of work they put in the care. And so it's kind of fun to shed some of the wisdom that maybe I have learned. But I also gain wisdom from them, just like with your own kids, you learn from, So it's really quite a wonderful family.
Fighting at 20, no problem. But fighting 35 years later, how hard was it to train for this?
Go ahead, Bill.
Well, yeah. Well, we're coming off the bench cold on this one. You know, it's not that we haven't, I wasn't doing this, you know, in the years coming up. I trained for a long time after Karate Kid, but yeah, it was pretty hitting it hard. A lot of fitness, a lot of conditioning, a lot of dieting. And then, you know, I did my strengthening workouts and then my martial arts workouts but maybe a month or two out before each season. And then we have great trainers throughout the season. And it's all there. It's all, you know, it's all muscle memory. It's just, takes a little longer to get the legs warm and get stretched out, and it's easier to pull something. But the training is, it's intense. You know, unfortunately we don't get to do it as much as we'd like to during the shooting because we're filming so many scenes with dialogues and stuff. There's not a lot of time. In Karate Kid, we had plenty of time. We had a whole window of time to really get warmed up for it. This time, sometimes we have to come off the bench ice cold and stretch and go.
Can't wait for season 4, guys. Have a great day and thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. And you keep up that karate. You get past that orange belt.
We're going green belt next.
Do it.
I try.
No mercy.
No mercy.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.